Today we'll be looking at the early life and the current story of Modern Warfare's Mace, who makes a return in Black Ops 6 as part of Crimson 1. Now, Mace was a very popular character that was introduced in Modern Warfare's Warzone, and with him coming back, I thought it would be interesting to look at some of his backstory and find out who he is. Thank you for joining me, and welcome to the complete story of Mace. The early life of Mace is classified, and almost nothing is known about his childhood. However, we do know that he was born in the United States, and Mace would grow up seeking to serve, and he would begin his military career as he became an elite U.S. Army Ranger.
Approaching from your six! Attack target Alpha!
Mace would build a reputation among other operators for being precise and ruthless when it came to getting ops done. Mace would be considered one of the best, even serving alongside Simon Ghost Riley in a highly classified task force for a highly valuable target. Something about Ghost and his secrecy intrigued Mace, so much so that Mace would begin wearing a skull-like mask as well during his time working alongside Simon Ghost Riley. However, Mace's mask would be made using metals, as it allowed him to separate himself from Riley in his signature cloth ghost mask. Now, after serving in the US military for a few years, Mace would grow disillusioned, like many of his peers, and would seek something more, something that he could get behind, and of course, something that paid well. Eventually, Mace would put in his papers and leave the Rangers and the military altogether. There were many suitors for his services, as Mace had a good reputation. Many PMCs offered him a job, but when he received a message from former Marine Philip Graves, Mace would be given a great deal to join the Shadow Company. As it aligned with his beliefs, he joined due to the environment and the freedom that Philip Graves' shadows provided. During his time with the Shadow Company, Mace would go on multiple deployments and operations.
Y'all motherfuckers are dead now!
You clear?
You're done! Roger, eyes on the upload station! You can be a casualty or a survivor. It's your choice.
Here, Mace's reputation would change a little bit, as he would now become more known for his brutal and brash tactics, something that the Shadow Company thrived on. However, after a few years with the Shadow Company, Mace wanted something different once again, and he talked to Commander Graves, who was reluctant on letting him leave. But in the end, he understood and told Mace that he would always keep his doors open for him. After leaving the Shadow Company, Mace returned to Africa, where he was a descendant from, and upon arriving, he met with Captain Victor Zane Matiko, who owned the private military company, the Jackals. Now, the Jackals are a Pan-African revolutionary group funded mainly by illegal arms, but they believe that the African government was withholding funds that were supposed to assist them in fighting against Al-Qatala's forces, who wanted to have a greater influence in the Pan-African region. And so Captain Zane and his brother started the Jackals. Mace would get behind their goals and provide his skills to assist in the fight against Al-Qatala. Mace enjoyed his time working with Captain Zane and recruited others to their cause. Mace would spend a majority of his time in the African city of Soweto, where he led his own team of Jackal operatives. Eventually, by 2020, as the war against Al-Qatala ramped up, a coalition would be formed with other PMCs, and Mace and the Jackals would assist in the war against Viktor Zakayev and Berdansk. And after the believed death of Zakayev, Mace would return to Africa and continue to work with the Jackals until about 2023, when he was leading a team on a routine operation, and they would be ambushed by an African warlord and his soldiers. They would be equipped with heavy firearms and explosives. Mace's teammates would be killed, and Mace would be left alive to send a message. Eventually, Mace found out that the warlord was funded directly by Vladimir Makarov and his Kani group. Mace, looking for revenge, realized that the Jackals couldn't fight the Kani group head-on, and so Mace decided to reach out to Commander Graves. Graves offered him a return to the Shadow Company, as they had their own personal fight against the Kani group. Mace would make it his mission to end the Kani group's affiliation with the African warlords, allowing for the Jackals back in Africa to regain the upper hand. Now, as it stands, we don't know the current assignments of Mace, but you may ask yourself, how can he appear in the Modern Warfare story in the 2020s and also be a part of Black Ops 6 Crimson 1 in the 90s? Now, if we assume he is near the same age as Simon Ghost Riley, who was born sometime in the 1980s, in 1991, Mace would be about 11 years old. So what the hell is going on here? To keep it simple, it appears that Mace makes a return in Black Ops 6 as an effort to bring back fan favorite characters from the Warzone era of 2020, which ties into the whole bringing Verdansk back. Now, I don't believe that his appearance is canon to anything going on. It's just a fun callback. Hopefully Mace can make a return when Modern Warfare 4 finally releases.